Hi, I'm a guy called HauntLich. You may have heard of me. If you haven't, yeah. Cosmetics, microtransactions, MMORPG cash shop, Asmongold. Like, share, subscribe, comment. Couple seconds of this face. Advertiser friendly. Did that do it? Is that how the algorithm works? I am an old soul. I've been playing video games since the dawn of time, and I've been playing MMOs for about that long. In the time before Warcraft became a world and before Final Fantasy turned old enough to drink in Germany. I say this because I'm here to share an opinion that I've recently discovered is wildly unpopular amongst the MMORPG hardcore, and I felt it necessary to give a touch of my gaming background for those who are unaware. Alright, that's enough burying the lead. Cosmetics in online MMORPGs are content. Also, cosmetics in online games where you can make a guy and show your guy to other people are content. Alright, now what do I mean by this? I mean the way your character looks in a game, where you can dress up your character, name your character, and run your character around in a world where other people do the same, and can see and interact with your character, is not only an important aspect of the player experience, it is absolutely crucial to the player experience, and it doesn't receive nearly the respect it deserves. And your average MMORPG player is the most disrespectful rat bastard towards the hallowed tradition of playing dress up. If I had a nickel for every time I heard an MMORPG enjoyer tell me, quote, "It doesn't matter, it's just cosmetic," I think I'd have enough money to take your whore mother out for a nice dinner on the town. She deserves it. The most egregious example I can think of in recent memory is as follows. An example I unfortunately have very few visual references for, so you're just gonna have to bear with me. This story revolves around the unfortunate debacle that was Ashes of Creation Apocalypse, the battle royale that Steven, the director of Ashes, thought was a good idea. I mean, in all fairness, maybe it was a good idea if he had done it like a few years before he actually did it, but you know what they say about hindsight. The man decided to do a battle royale side game at a time when battle royale anti-hype was at its highest, and other projects were threatening to, if not actively abandoning, existing development plans, all in an attempt to capture that sweet, sweet Fortnite cash flow. Obviously, the reception was going to be negative, I could have told you that. Anyways, Ashes of Creation Apocalypse had a battle pass with a reward of a special suit of armor at the very end of it. The armor was a cosmetic skin, and you got to keep this armor into the full release of the game. So imagine, if you will, it's the year 2035. Ashes of Creation is celebrating its 4th month in full release. You're in the overworld trying to mine some copper or whatever it is you crafting idiots do, and here comes a guy. Oh shit, and he's got the Apocalypse armor. Oh shit, that guy kicked so much ass and won so many games that he could wear the big badge of badass. You're totally dead. There's no way you could win. Stats be damned, he's gonna outplay you. He might forcibly uninstall your game. He's gonna fuck your mom, and she's gonna like it. I'm just kidding, he's 12 and he bought that armor. Because in the Ashes of Creation Apocalypse Battle Pass, you could just buy the progress. Because that armor set could be purchased, your game experience has changed. The way you interact with the game and with other players in it has changed. Whether you realize it or not. Sure, the game's mechanics haven't changed. W still makes you run forward, and 1 is still half of the buttons you press for your DPS rotation. But the way you personally interact with the game, the way you play it, that's been changed. What if it wasn't an MMORPG, okay? Imagine you're playing a game similar to Dark Souls, and you get invaded. You're confident. You've killed a few invaders in your time. In fact, you've handily spanked a couple. Made them run home back to their mamas. I've been talking a lot about moms today, huh? So you get into your position, you drink your potions. I know, they're Estus flasks, whatever, just fucking... And he comes around the corner, and he's wearing an extremely rare piece of equipment that you know for a fact can only be acquired by completing an extremely difficult high-level challenge related to killing other players. You see him and you think, oh man, that guy fucks. Your game plan is changing. Your confidence is slipping. What does he know? How does he do it? This isn't just some random guy. He's coming for your butt, and you don't know how to stop him. You get into it, you get into the fight, your pulse is pounding, your greasy forehead is leaking, and before you know it, the fight's over. But what a fight it was. What an experience that was. A way different experience from the one you thought it was gonna be, for sure. What you thought was gonna be a regular invasion turned into a makeshift boss fight right there on the spot. You played some fucking video games, dude, and you're feeling pretty good about it. Especially if you won. Imagine you beat that guy. Now you live in a world where this Dark Souls-like game has an in-game shop, and that exact same piece of cosmetic equipment that showed you that that guy fucks, and now you can just buy it. So now when he rounds the corner, you think, maybe for a moment, does that guy fuck? Probably not. I mean, he probably just bought it. Now it's a by-the-numbers invasion like all the other ones. That bit of emergent gameplay, that real gaming experience, it's gone. It's not only gone, it never happened, it never existed. And that's the issue. If it never happened, you don't know what you missed. And I know for a fact that people with low IQ can't comprehend hypotheticals, which means this little thought experiment we've done has completely gone over your head. You're probably still hung up on, but HauntLich, Dark Souls doesn't have a cash shop or potions. That's not even taking into consideration the role-playing fantasy that's done with cosmetics. That hypothetical only refers to a player-on-player combat interaction. When you have a cash shop filled with all kinds of different shit, primarily wings and like glowing halos and I don't know, literally everything in the Guild Wars 2 cash shop makes the world look gaudy, it makes it look cheap, it kills any kind of immersion, and honestly, it turns me a bit cynical, okay? I'm out here trying to enjoy a multiplayer adventure game where we make characters and go on epic quests together, and some guy that's got so much RGB on him it looks like he's sponsored by Razer comes running by on his giant Christmas tree mount. I don't know if I'm the only one like this, but it kinda makes me not want to play the game. I'm immediately reminded that this is just a stupid-ass modern MMO. What am I doing adventuring? I should be grinding. Let me go find a YouTube guide on the fastest way to level up. I'm being a little hyperbolic, but only a little. I just frequently find myself shocked at how apathetic the modern MMORPG community is towards cosmetic rewards. There's this attitude that leans into the word cosmetic being synonymous with having no value. If I get a pair of pants and the STR on my character sheet doesn't go from +1 to +2, then there is simply no value in this item, and any interaction it has with the game is outside my realm of caring. I don't know, I just don't get this attitude. It almost feels like you'd be satisfied with the character classes being represented by colored spheres, and your character is just an orb with numbers attached to it. Big number good, small number bad. I think the modern MMORPG community has forgotten the role-playing part of the equation. Role-playing game doesn't just mean 4 dudes standing in a line and also you have stats. I mean, you do realize that your character's name was intended to be more than just advertising whether or not you tank when you run raids. Like I said before, I've been around for a while, and I know that there have always been min-maxers and metagamers. But nowadays, it seems like the metagamers and min-maxers are the overwhelming majority of players. I've had people tell me, well friend, it sounds like you just don't like the MMORPG genre. Buddy, the kind of game you want to play is more akin to those mobile gacha games where you just hit the level up button and watch the numbers get bigger. And you know, then you win because your numbers are bigger. It doesn't really seem like you care about making characters or role-playing or having adventures or going on quests. In fact, when New World came out, there was a sizable group of players that were complaining that they were bored of the game like a week after it came out, and it seemed like a lot of these people followed various guides on the fastest way to level up or grind gold or what the meta weapons were. They didn't really care about the actual game experience, they just wanted to get to the part where their numbers were bigger and then they could compare their numbers against someone else's numbers and win.
Okay, let's play highest number. Whoever says the highest number wins. You go first.
Thank you. 6,000.
17,000.
And then, when having bigger numbers wasn't good enough to win, they took to just spam reporting opposing guilds until they got temporarily banned so they could win. The part of playing the game where you actually play a video game was so far removed from their hierarchy of desire, it might as well have not even registered. So don't tell me I'm the one that doesn't enjoy MMORPGs, because to me it sounds like you don't like video games to begin with. So that's it. That's the end of the HauntLich brand Old Man Yells at Cloud video. Be sure to like the video, or dislike it. Both things help. They're both considered valuable interactions by the YouTube algorithm. If you leave a dislike, be sure to also leave a comment telling me how wrong I am. If you leave a like, be sure to leave a comment telling me how right I am. Also how good looking I am. I don't have a Patreon, so just interact with the video and, share it. Do it.